Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Tidbits with Sid, Shash, and Kar. So, for all those people who have been asking us, yeah, did you see all those messages? Sid, where is Shash? Where is Shash?
Shash was
Or
a demand, dude. Everyone's asking where Shash is, and I'm so happy to have him back. We're actually happy to have him
yeah,
back.
definitely. So, Shash is back, but
Yeah,
yeah, and so are the Punjab Kings. Right?
yes, definitely.
So, what a wonderful match for them. But first of all, let's talk about Mumbai Indians. Okay, the worrying sign is that they seem to be having a pattern, right?
Mm,
So, Rohit Sharma is performing, suddenly they lose a wicket, and after that, they just get stuck and the middle order is still not firing. So,
yes.
what's going on, Shash?
Yeah, I think especially their top order, right? Yesterday, what they managed to achieve in the power play,
Uh-huh.
that I think was one of their lowest scores, I guess.
Right.
Hmm.
I think they
I agree
equaled the
that the
lowest score in entire IPL history. 21 runs in the power play
entire IPL for Mumbai.
for Mumbai. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sort of says a story, I guess. Like they could have got off to a better start. I think they were trying to hit the ball way too hard. That's what even Rohit admitted when Ishan, when we was talking about Ishan Kishan,
Mhm.
because I think they were trying to do something different. They wanted Surya to play in the middle overs. That's the reason they gave a promotion to Ishan, which did not work out for them yesterday, because someone like Surya, who's been in tremendous form, should be given more balls to face. Uh, then he ended up scoring around 33 of 27 balls,
Mhm.
uh, which I felt was again the game changer there. Rohit took his time, but when he tried to accelerate, he got out. So I think that was the story. And Hardik Pandya has to do something, because of his inability to bowl. He's playing as a pure batsman, and since
Right.
he's not contributing, that is hurting the Mumbai Indians a lot.
Right. So Hardik Pandya did have two crucial runouts in one of those matches. But
Yeah.
yeah, as Shash said, if he's playing as a batsman, I think he should actually start to pull his weight as well. All right, said. So we all know, right? I mean, there's Anil Kumble in the Punjab Kings rank, and he's known for his strategies. And out of the blue, they open the bowling with Moises Hendricks and Deepak Huda. Right? I didn't even know that he could actually bowl the first over. Okay, and it seemed to be work. Like, was that a master stroke from the Punjab Kings?
Definitely a masterstroke. Definitely some sort of strategy they went in with, because you could see that Huda was kind of, I mean, he was spinning the ball, but then it looked like an outswinger. The first ball, Rohit Sharma,
Huh.
it was absolutely unsettling them. They got the important wicket of Quinton de Kock, and we
Deepak.
know how explosive that guy can be if
Right.
he used to
Yeah.
stay for the power play. But some interesting choices over there with Moises, Zonrix, and Huda coming to bowl. But to be very honest, I saw a very different Mumbai side yesterday. The way Rohit also was batting, the
Uh-huh.
first over itself, he defended a ball, went for a single, he literally jogged. And Fabian Allen, had he had his trajectory
Yeah.
on point, he would have been
Mm.
run out. And Rohit Sharma was laughing. It was something
Uh,
very weird about Rohit yesterday. Maybe he didn't eat his cornflakes in the morning.
or probably they were already thinking about leaving Chennai. I mean, my God, 5 matches here. Okay, the flight is already booked, and he probably already had like his mind on the flight back home. And I'm sure they would be happy to leave Chennai right now. Okay, because like Chennai like hasn't been very good for them.
Yeah.
And
Well, on the
yeah,
other side, I would want to ask which team would want to play in Chennai for a long time. Is there anyone who's willing to put their hands up?
Must be England.
yeah.
I would say RCB currently, since they won 3 games there.
Yeah.
But yeah, now their travel begins.
No, you're talking about you're not talking about Chennai Super Kings, right? Because CSK built their entire team based
No,
on
man. See,
Chepauk.
that is out of the question,
Yeah,
since there is no home venue, right?
right.
So I'm
Yeah,
just
but
trying
but
to
but
figure
yeah,
out.
there are a few teams which actually adjust to different conditions. But
Hmm.
Mumbai Indians this time, Chennai actually turned out to be a nightmare, and they scored a very less total. But
Yeah.
Shash,
Hmm.
it wasn't that straightforward, was it? The chase, like it was. I mean, if you see the scorecard, it would lie. Like 9 wicket victory with more than 12 balls to spare. But then it was a scrap, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely. It is not the most easiest wicket to bat on,
Uh
which we
huh.
have seen in the few matches. And I think KL Rahul played a very sensible knock. He, along with Chris Gale, I mean, Mayank did provide the impetus in
Mm-hmm.
the power play, where they managed to get around 45, was it, of the first 6 overs, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had a couple of boundary shots. They showed intent on
yeah,
that
they did
wicket,
show
and that's
intent,
why
which was
they
lacking,
got that.
which was
Yeah,
lacking from the Mumbai Indians. So
right.
that was the difference, I would say. And I feel they were more desperate to win, more than the Mumbai Indians. They did make changes, which happened in the last game itself when Henriques and Fabian Allen had come into the squad.
Mm.
So Fabian Allen is a very underrated all-rounder. He might not. I don't think he produces best bowling spells, but he's quite a useful batsman and extremely good fielder. So yeah, those were two tactical changes which they did, and I think Gale timed his innings perfectly.
Right.
He chose the correct bowlers to go after,
Mhm.
and it looked quite comfortable in the end.
Yes.
It was, I would say, the most clinical performance of Punjab this season.
Yeah, and it helped that they scored only 130 and not 170. Right, Sid? Okay, all right. So, I mean, just because Shash brought that point, so probably he said Punjab wanted to win more than Mumbai Indians. Okay, so is that the thing that is crept up with Mumbai Indians? Probably someone like Virat Kohli, right? I mean, it's desperate to win an IPL. Probably Rishabh Pant, okay, somehow wants to prove a point, and especially MSD after all those negative things after the last thing, they're more desperate. So is that something which is missing with the current Mumbai Indian side? Because they're one and one and one, and probably some kind of complacency has crept in.
I wouldn't call it complacency. I would call it lack of application, because you don't see the entire team playing the way they
As a
used to
team.
play.
Yeah.
They're not playing assertively. They're not showing that dominance. We're talking about five-time champions here, by the way. So you can't just
Right.
erase what they've done in the past and say, these guys have got complacent. It boils down to, are you playing as per your potential, or are you playing as per your role? So I think they need to go back to their drawing board and ascertain who needs to be playing at what position and what role that each of them need to be playing. Otherwise, it just doesn't work out. You might have a star-studded lineup, but then unless and until everyone has something very particular to contribute, that if that doesn't work, then the team just becomes another regular team.
Right, exactly, said. Well said. And one more question to you, because I know you are a big fan of Rahul. You have been following him for so long. Okay, so sometimes stats do lie, right? If you just look at the scorecard, it would say, you know what, like 60 or 50 balls again. Okay, but considering the match situation, considering the tournament situation, I think that was a very, very crucial knock that could well be the turning point for the Punjab Kings.
Absolutely, and what Shashank was saying was, I agree with it. His 60, to be very honest, is the equivalent of 100, if I can put it that way, because first of all, it's a very tough pitch to bat on. We saw how Mayank was playing very aggressively, and he got out unfortunately. But then Gale coming in and trying to play an aggressive game, and he was looking very rusty also.
Right.
So you could tell how tough a pitch it was to actually play on it. And for him to play that very calculated game of 60 runs, for me, that it's a totally different score technically, because of the way the pitch was playing, and he played a captain's knock, and that's what made the team win.
And that's what made him the man of the match as well. All right, Shash, talking about pitches, which Sid mentioned. Okay, so it's an interesting tweet from Ben Stokes. Okay, it says, hope the wickets don't get worse as the IPL gets deeper into the tournament. He said 160, 170 minimum, not scraping to 130, 140. Cause the wickets are trash. Okay, this is what fits. I don't know.
I don't agree with that at all.
I mean, probably that takes a lot of guts, because he can't rub on the wrong side of BCCI.
Yeah.
All right, but you think playing matches again and again, because I know you are into all these pitches and stuff. Okay, so you think, is that making a difference?
See, there are a lot of things that contribute to the pitch. All right, it's the weather, it's the curator, then how much has been played on that pitch.
Right,
all these factors matter a lot. Now, when he's making a statement like that, I've seen green seamers, there, I think there was a test match in Lords where there was no difference between the outfield and the pitch. It was that green.
It was all grass.
Right? And India managed to win that test match. That's another thing. But you cannot comment on the pitch, man. You should be able to play on any kind of pitch, because you cannot have it everything spoon-fed, every time. There needs to be challenges. You need to adapt to different conditions. That's how it shows, whether you're a champion team or not.
Right, and that's exactly the beauty of cricket, isn't it? I'm sure, Sid, we have had lots and lots of talk about the pitch during the Test series with Michael Vaughan and Harsha Bhogle and stuff, and now he has brought it to the IPL as well. All right, so that was a clinical performance, okay, by the Punjab Kings, and now they would believe, okay, they have got the momentum to go a long way in this tournament. So moving
just to
on,
add
Sid.
to that,
Yeah.
just to add to that, like how toss should not play a part, like India have been losing tosses, but they still have kept on winning matches.
Right.
That's what I feel, should be the focus. It should never, the toss or the pitch, I understand, like if it's absolutely unplayable,
Then
then
yes,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
dude,
Where,
I
people
totally
have got
agree.
hit. Yeah. As long as it's turning, because that's the beauty of it, right? When you come to subcontinent pitches, you cannot expect like seamers, even though there are a few exceptions.
Yeah.
But you have to adapt to it. You can't expect like flat beds like Mumbai in every stadium.
I totally agree with Shash on that point. I mean, even I've played cricket for a fair amount of years, and every time I've heard these people, including coaches, saying if you win the toss, you're guaranteed to win the match. I'm like, are you serious? Like, the evolution of the game has happened. People have
Right.
matured in terms of playing the game. You can't say just because you won the toss, you're going to win the game. If that was the case, then Australia would have, really choked because of the score that they had against South Africa, 434, and losing a game after scoring that much.
Right.
Seriously, what are you going to say about that? If you're going to believe in that old ritual, move on.
Very true. Very true. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the toss is just there, but yeah, I mean, especially under Virat Kohli and co, I think India have made a statement saying, you know what, whatever happens, we want to focus on winning the match.
I think a funny thing happened, right? Last time when against Rajasthan, when he went out to, for the toss, when he actually forgot that he won the toss because he was so used to losing the toss.
Losing the toss.
He sent Sanju to, to aim Bishop, telling that.
Right.
Then they were like confused. Didn't you win the toss? Yeah. So
yeah. So probably that happens very rarely. Yeah. I remember, when Azharuddin used to be there, we used to call him the lucky captain. Like he used to win all the tosses. But yeah, I think after that, India is so used to losing tosses. Moving ahead, guys. It's the Kolkata Knight Riders taking on the Rajasthan Royals. So two teams who have not had a very good start to this IPL. They're languishing at the bottom. Okay, so Shash, let me just tell you the problems that Rajasthan Royals have. Okay, they've lost Ben Stokes due to injury. Tim Livingston has left, citing bubble fatigue. Jofra Archer has been ruled out today morning. Okay, of the entire IPL. Okay, and here's an interesting stat. They have lost the maximum wickets in the power play, and they've got the least run rate among all sides. I mean, for a side which is as strong in batting as RR, okay, they have lost they have the least run rate in power play, just 6.75. Okay. So what do you think like RR should do to get out of the rut?
Yeah, it is surprising, right? When you talk about the batting lineup, they have someone like a Butler at the top, and there's quite a bit of talent and class in that 11. I don't understand why they're struggling so much. It's just that the batting is not coming together as a group, basically, and they're losing far too many wickets. At the beginning. So I guess that is one of Sanju needs to maybe see if there's anything else they can do. Try tinkering with the batting order.
I don't know if you guys are watching the games. When you watch him bat, he is so beautiful to watch. My God, even on defense is actually going to the boundary.
Right.
Unbelievable. He's in superb form, but he is just losing his wicket.
Yeah. So until he bats, that's it. Until he bats, he's the king.
If he plays 30 balls, he can get 100.
Yes, correct. But the problem is that is not happening, right? I mean, that is not happening. Yeah. So he has to do something. Yeah, he has
like
to really
poetry. When he bats, it's very nice to see. It's very easy to see.
But he's not playing. Even Josh Butler, for that matter, he's just losing his wicket, and then even Riyan Parag,
that was an audacious shot.
But the shots that they play and all that is just. Who's the opener along with Josh Butler?
Manan Vora. He's underperformed.
Drop him. 4 matches.
It's high time they need to make some tough decisions for the team.
Correct.
And I think they're bowling. RCB was something else on that day, where you couldn't do much. But I think it's the batting with so much depth. Them not getting big enough match-winning scores is a matter of concern.
No, it's a matter of concern, absolutely, and they have to make some tough decisions. It's almost midway into the tournament, but they need to make some changes which they can carry forward till the end of the tournament. And now is the right time.
Right. Yeah. So I heard like they're looking at someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal. Okay. So to come up and probably step up, and who knows? It might actually well well work. Okay, so talking about problems, KKR have some problems of their own. Okay, so except for Nitish Rana, so they are also lacking the punch at the top of the order. So Gill hasn't been performing very well. Okay, the middle order hasn't been clicking except for Andre Russell that last match. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot to look at their batting display as well.
I'm just going to repeat what I said. It's purely application. You got skills, you got talented batsmen, stay in play, you're going to pile runs on the board. You have
Right.
people like Pat Cummins and Andre Russell coming and scoring quick fire 50s. Then what is the excuse that these guys have in the top order? They should be actually, setting that benchmark and scoring as many runs as possible, attacking the bowlers and setting a very good total. If that's not happening and expecting the bowlers to come and bat for you and then later do the job with the bowling also, that's like, it's only half a team that's playing, and that's what KKR has been doing.
Right, exactly,
Yeah,
guys.
just to add on to Sid's
Mhm.
point, I would say since they have Narayan in the fray now,
Mhm.
why don't they think about pushing him up the order? Have him open where he's done well before, and with the field restrictions, just give him the license, and probably get Nitish Rana to bat at number 4 since he's a better player of spinners. So that the middle order is also sorted out, and then you have the likes of Morgan, Karthik, and Russell coming in after the 10th over where they are at the destructive best. We have already seen what Pat Cummins has done. He's telling that I'm worth the money that I've paid. I think he was one of the highest paid, if I'm not wrong, around 15 CR is what they paid for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean he's a number one bowler in the world anyways. Yeah, he's already. So I think these are certain things that they can probably think about in the combination, which might work for them.
Yeah, so a lot of chopping and changing required for both the teams, and I'm sure both the teams would want to really win this match so that they actually have a shot at the playoffs. Because I think if they're going to lose this match, they would just be 1 out of 5. Okay, and from there on, it would be a really really tall order. And yeah, who knows? I think since Geoff Archer's out, they're looking at Rassi Van der Dussen.
Van der Dussen, yeah.
Yeah, Van der Dussen. Okay, and he's a good player. So a lot of good things to look forward to. But both teams would definitely want to win this match, and it's going to be a really really exciting contest, guys. So remember,
Yes.
this is going to be the link to predict the man of the match for today's match, and for yesterday's match, guys. Okay, so we just got only a couple of right entries. Okay, KL Rahul. A lot of people thought it was Gale or Mayank Agarwal, and interestingly, a lot of predictions came from the Mumbai Indians side. Okay, like they said Rahul Chahar or Rohit Sharma. But yeah, it was too low a score for even the champions to defend. So,
Yes.
ready to go for the lucky dip, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Drum rolls, please. Tan, 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 tan. All right, guys. So, we have our own man from Delhi, Jazz
Oh.
003.
The friend, no?
Yeah, he was on our show, da?
Yeah, that's right.
A couple
Yeah.
of days back. All right. So congratulations, Jazz.
Congratulations.
Celebrates. Okay, let's do the dance to celebrate Jazz's victory. Congratulations, Jazz. Okay, and yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for predicting your man of the match and keeping us going. Enjoy your Saturday, guys. Enjoy your cricket. Stay home and stay safe.
Stay safe.
Enjoy the
Okay.
lockdown also.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
lockdown in
curfew,
Bangalore.
weekend
And
curfew.
yeah, it's a curfew in Bangalore. So we'll meet you tomorrow with another exciting video. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.